Welcome everyone to the all-new Nissan Kicks, and I'm really excited to drive this vehicle as I was at the unveiling event of this vehicle just around a year ago in New York, and it's really cool now to get to see this in person and be able to drive it out on the roads. And I think this is a colossal improvement over the previous Kicks. It looks better, it's bigger, it has all-wheel drive now, new engine style stuff. This is a pretty cool car, and I love this fully loaded SR trim. You got a lot of interesting features without breaking the bank. This is an affordable vehicle still, and that's the whole point of the Kicks at the end of the day. I think it looks really cool and unique to kind of stand out against a lot of competitors. Decent amount of seat space in the back as well. We also have a full glass roof on this one now. Really cool seat design in here as well. It's a mix of like this cloth and like faux leather material, and we also have speakers actually in our headrest as well, which is pretty cool. So if you haven't checked out the full tour and review, definitely go see that to see all the cool features here. But let's go take this thing on a drive. We have a all new next generation continuously variable transmission that I went over in depth in the Sentra. It's aiming to give you more efficiency, better throttle performance, and it doesn't feel like a CVT at all. It just kind of shifts now, which is pretty smooth actually, and an updated engine. We also have drive modes. Yeah, let's just head off because this is a pretty fun vehicle to drive around actually. As I mentioned right there, that instant more throttle response of this newer generation continuously variable transmission is a plus. You definitely notice it off the line. Pretty quick for a vehicle with around just under 150 horsepower. It doesn't feel incredibly slow. In fact, I actually just got out of a front wheel drive Kia K4 sedan, and that wasn't quick either. It had similar power numbers, but this actually feels a little bit more quicker and responsive actually than that engine. And this is the all-wheel drive Kicks as well. Hey, look, there's actually another one right there. So people are indeed buying them. It's pretty cool. It's also an SR. Yeah, so this Kicks is pretty much the top of the line, what you're going to get now. We have these all new digital displays here in the Kicks, lots of driver safety features, which is fantastic as well. We have lane keep assist, steering assist for the highway, pro pilot on this particular one as well, so it's full radar adaptive cruise control. Yeah, this is a nice improvement. And again, for the price point of this vehicle, you're getting a lot, I think, for your money. It looks pretty futuristic in here. Nissan's really stepped up their interior game. I'd love to see this interior on something like a Sentra if they decide to keep it. But it's pretty cool in here. Steering wheel, it's very thin, light rim, nothing too much going on here. Very simple controls. Same thing with our dash layout. Very simple stuff, very Nissan. We've seen it before. Steering isn't really my favorite. It's very light. It almost has a rubber bandy feel to it. When I turn the wheel, I feel like it's already pulling back in an unusual way. Not particularly nice in that front, but you know, this is a day-to-day commuter vehicle. It's just aimed at getting things done comfortably with a good amount of features and value for your money. It's not really focused on driving pleasure or performance, so it does everything pretty well. Acceleration from a stop sign, nice and strong. You can see that CVT shifted there, and one of the things they focus on this newer CVT, especially when it does shift, is that acceleration. It almost feels like it's just keeping it going, but it is doing that, offering that fake shift sensation for you. So good power response from this whole powertrain. I'm pretty impressed there. Now, fuel economy isn't amazing, but isn't bad. You're still going to see around 30 to up to like 32, 35 mpg on the highway, which is pretty good for an all-wheel drive vehicle. The one interesting thing about this all-wheel drive one is that you don't get auto stop start, which I guess is a good thing for some people that really don't like auto stop start. But you know, if you do go for the front wheel drive Kicks, you will have, I think, a auto stop start button right there for you. It's very interesting that they chose to not have this on here. I'm not too sure why. Drive modes, we have Sport, Standard, Eco, and a Snow mode as well. Sport doesn't really do too much, kind of just changes the accelerator and CVT tuning a little bit. Definitely feels like it's giving you more revs accessible throughout the throttle range, but that's not too bad. And another great thing about here is everything's pretty easy to access right in this center command unit. We do have these capacitive buttons for our climate controls, and it's a little bit finicky to kind of open up that menu if you want to see more controls, but it works. It's pretty easy to end up using at the end of the day. I love the great visibility from this panoramic glass roof as well, and just overall visibility in this vehicle is quite good. You sit pretty tall and high in here. It feels like a much more commanding, more SUV style sitting position than the previous Kicks, which was, I think, was a little bit more lower to the ground and a lot smaller of a vehicle. So you're definitely might feel a little bit safer in this new Kicks than the previous one, especially with all of the big SUVs on the roads here in the US today. And like I said, visibility pretty good. I like how they mounted the mirrors on the door now, so you have a little more visibility through this A-pillar section here. Lots of glass around you as well, and again, those safety systems will be keeping an eye out for you, as well, as long as you have those enabled. Okay guys, so we're gonna go head out onto the highway now. I guess this could be a nice quick test. Do note we do lack paddle shifters though on the Kicks, even in this SR variant. Quick acceleration here. Okay, not bad. We were already at speed, but it got up to around 65 miles an hour pretty good, right around the speed limit over here, and I think it does a good job at it. Now out here on the highway, you're definitely gonna know it's a little bit louder on here. You know, this is an entry-level vehicle at the end of the day, so it's also an insanely windy day today, so that might not be helping its case, but there's a lot of road noise coming in. That's one thing the wind is not going to be able to just mask, so that's just the characteristics of these entry-level vehicles. So I will say, I think they did a good job in terms of wind buffeting over on these corner areas over here. It doesn't really sound that loud at all. I don't really hear any wind buffeting from the side mirrors as well, so I think those are well designed. Same thing with this upper panel over here near the sunroof. I don't really hear any wind buffeting, so I think they did a great job at just general sound insulation. Another wonderful feature we have here is Nissan's Pilot Assist adaptive cruise control function here. So all I have to do is press this blue button, set my speed, and voila, we are off in a Pro Pilot Assist mode. Now, you do have to keep your hands on the wheel at all times, but this is a really good system actually. I've tested it in plenty of Nissan products recently, including the new Murano as well, and it works just as good here. It's not the most advanced system Nissan offers. There is a hands-free style system in the Aria, but you know, that's still kind of locked to the more expensive models here. We do have a steering assist button over here. We can activate and deactivate if you don't want that steering assist function. So all it does is fully steer you within the lanes that you're in. Obviously, it's not a hands-off system, so you do have to keep your hands on the wheel, and Nissan will definitely alert you if you take your hands off the wheel for just a few seconds. I'll show you what happens right here. Warning, and they'll start beeping if you continue to keep your hands off the wheel there. You can easily adjust your following distance on the steering wheel as well as your speed, and like I mentioned, you can disable that steering assist by the touch of this little steering button over here if equipped on your Kicks. But it's a pretty good system. It doesn't have obviously any of the crazy features like automatic lane change assist, which I did experience on the Nissan Aria. Alright guys, coming off the highway here, you know, wrapping up my week with the Kicks. It's been good. It's been really good. I was really excited to drive this thing from when I was able to experience firsthand in a static position last year, right before the New York Auto Show. So this is really great to get a hands-on experience with the Kicks now, as it is now in the hands of customers. So I really hope if you're interested in a vehicle in this segment, do not look over the Kicks anymore. It is a totally different vehicle than it once was. This is a fantastic rogue sport replacement, I would have to say. It's just an overall fantastic Kicks replacement from the previous generation Nissan Kicks. So this is a good vehicle. Really, really impressed Nissan. I hope this does well for you guys. And if you are looking for a competitor to something like a Honda HR-V or a Mazda CX-30 or a Corolla Cross or any of those other vehicles in that segment, this is a great new offering, I would say, from Nissan. And is it the most dynamic? No, that's going to go over to a CX-30. Is it the most comfortable? No, I think the Subaru Crosstrek is actually quite comfortable, or a CX-30 in that sense. Is it the most efficient? You can get a hybrid version of some of the competitors, but I think it does everything really well. Lots of technology, really attractive price point, and it's just a frustration-free driving experience. So great job, Nissan. Really liking this all-new 2025 Kicks, and as always, thank you guys for watching this review, and stay tuned for more coming on Allcarnews. Cheers.